beat. Just going to save this. And next thing we're going to do is put in the closed hats. And this is really simple with drum and bass as well. Let's find a closed hat. I like that because it's got a bit of a metallic sound to it. So it's going to really cut through the mix. And it's really simple. We can just program it in like this, which I think is on the 8ths actually. So I could actually make it like that. Yeah, that's just a pattern on the 8ths. So that keeps it nice and simple. Just duplicate that across our whole length of drums. Okay, next thing we need to do is add the little bit of snare skippage, as I like to call it. Ooh. That sounds good. That's the kind of drum and bassy snare as well, so I'll take that down. And we're just going to add a little snare skip on the 16ths every now and again, which is exactly what we do with house as well, and techno. It's just a lot faster. So the 16th just before that beat, and then one after. There we go. And that gives us that really nice skipping drum and bass groove. This is going to get really cool in a sec. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit of dynamics to that by just taking down the volume of this closed hat. So this one is slightly quieter than this one. A very small tip, but one that's just going to add more interest to the track, a little bit more movement. Cool. Okay, now the magic is about to happen with this Amen break. So I'm just going to call this Amen and colour that green, the natural colour of drums in the wild. And now instead of using the entire break, which goes like this, which is too much, we need to somehow synchronize this with our existing drums. So we know that the snare is happening on every other beat, so we need the kicks to be kind of synced up. So we need a kick to be happening here on our Amen break. And the great thing about modern DAWs is that you can really easily quickly chop these up when they're synchronized and when they're warped. So I'm just going to grab that and I'm just going to paste it there because I know that first beat is a kick and this is a beat, so I'm going to paste it alongside that one, and then this one, and then this one, and this one, this one, and this one. So I'm just pasting it. I don't know what this is going to sound like yet, but it should be pretty synced up. But then our snares are out of sync, so I'm going to chop it up. And so our snares are happening. So our snare would have to be brought back so it's in sync. Let's just duplicate that. So now we've got this. And for the last one, I'm actually going to break out of the synchronizing bit, and we're going to go to the end of this Amen break where the cymbal crash happens. This bit. So I'm going to just do something interesting at the end here. I'm going to paste it so that cymbal crash happens on this snare skip. God, I'm having trouble saying that today, aren't I? So now we've got this pretty crazy rhythm. Now it sounds out of time there at the end, but with the rest of the beats it should make sense. So you get this really interesting rough cut rhythm there. So I'm going to take some of the low end out of this break. Yes, mate. So that's pretty much our beat. Oh no, there's one more thing I want to add to the beats. Gonna add a shuffle as well. Just to add that little extra sizzle. I might look at Splice. Again, Splice is a great tool for searching for samples, and you can get, I'm not sure if you can get a free trial if you use my link below, but you might be able to, I can't remember. So now I'm just gonna go for, let's see, we just want, drum and bass shuffle. I only really want the shuffle though. That sounds good to me. So it's a bit more than just the shuffle, but I really like the vibe. So I'm going to see how that sounds. Let's just bring it over. Oh, and it's called London Liquid. So London was really the place where drum and bass really was at its inception. You know, obviously a lot of influence from older styles over from Jamaica and the West Indies, but ultimately drum and bass was born in London, and that was the hotbed for it. So that sounds pretty cool. So let's bring it up. Cool. So there we've got our beat. I think I might put this one in instead. Cool, let's save that. Now I think this shuffle is slightly forward, so I'm going to open up the delay and I'm just going to push it forward a little bit, maybe 10 milliseconds, maybe 5. I think it was just slightly out of sync before. Boom, and there we have our beat. Now on to the really lush chords that are so prevalent in liquid drum and bass. Cool, so as I said at the beginning, I want to do this just using the stock plugins in Ableton. So I'm gonna open up this and I'm gonna call it Pad, actually. And for this, I'm gonna use the wavetable synth and build it from scratch. Cyan, the natural color of synths in the wild. Now we need to find that synth. Here we go, wavetable, where are you? And we need to pick a key for this track. Now, you know me, I love to work in A minor because it's super simple, so that's what we're going to do today. So I'm just going to turn this down a little bit and then build out our chords. Now, the easiest way to do this is to just select whichever scale you want to work in, like this, and then you can just press scale and it's only going to show notes from within that scale, which makes it super simple. So let's put A as the root note. And we just want to build out a 7th chord at first. So I just need to skip a note each time.
Well, Ada, thank you so much for the dono. Really, really appreciate it. I just noticed it now. It's really lovely of you. I just had to upgrade a piece of network kit, and that almost exactly covers the cost of it. So thank you so much. That's lovely of you. Yeah. So, I think I want to just jump into some doing now. So let's get some. We'll pop him up into the top left-hand corner, and we'll grab. We'll grab our Ableton window. So basically, the way I'm organizing this project, I've got 175 set as the tempo. I've got I mean, I appreciate the capitalism points. like, I was amused. I have a raging ADHD, so I am just incompetent. I apologize for not reading that out. Thank you. Okay, so we've got a drum rack. We're going to put in some. For this one, we want hi-hat, open hi-hat, and we probably want sort of more of an acoustic one, I think, than a. So let's grab a why not both? Let's grab a. I really don't like that 808 one. I do apologise for the little bit of crackling. There is an alternative way to wire up my stream and so on, but it's a little hard to. It's a little flaky with once I've already started the stream, so should have probably done it beforehand. But all right, so we're going to put open hats on this line. That really is intolerable, isn't it? Annoying. Okay, so now we're going to get all of the Ableton stuff coming through on my microphone channel, and you're only going to get my microphone on the right hand side. Sorry about that. It is just unavoidable with this particular audio setup. All right, so if we play this one now. Why do we not hear that? That's better. What about the 808? Still don't like the 808. .505's not bad. Okay, we're going to put some half open ones. No, sadly, there is a. So I don't know how well you know audio driver models, but for music applications, they really, really, really like using a exclusive hardware access um, for their audio rendering. And if they don't have it, they tend to play back sort of distorted stuff that's not quite so nice to listen to. So what we've done is I've got um, two audio interfaces. One of them is uh, connected to Ableton in exclusive hardware access mode, and I'm piping the output of that into the left and right inputs of a second audio interface that is giving me the playback into Windows and captured by OBS. So it's slightly cleaner. You do have the extra little bit of mic noise and environmental noise coming from having the audio pipe from one interface into another, because the audio is being transcoded an extra 2 times, one on output, one on input. But it does get the job done, and it stops the annoying crackles. Okay, so the point of these is we can use a bunch of variation on our hi-hats to by using different physical hat sounds, and we can put all of these on the same there we go. So we can put everything on this channel into the same choke group. That way, when one hit is played, when a hit is already playing and the next hit comes, the next hit occurs, it'll mute the playback on the first hit, and just which is it's kind of like if you hit a drum twice in a row, like bang bang. Let's say a kick drum or a tom or something like that. The reverb tail from the first hit effectively stops, and the vibration for the second hit takes over. You get the idea. All right, and we want closed hi-hat. So that 808 sound is classic. I actually like the more percussive 909 sound. that's got a kind of an arm and brake sound to it. I like that. Let's see what else we've got in that. Okay, so let's, while we've got this open, we'll drop that in there, and we'll put the toms in as well. That's actually a complete kit, which sounds like it's designed to be pretty close to the arm end brake kit. Um, okay. All right. One thing I like in my DNB is a bit of conga. Let's also put some bongos in. Hey, Annie Christie. Welcome in. Good to see you. The title of the stream says Danceable. Last vid said intelligent /liquid. Yeah. Which is